In today's video, we're going to be talking about accessing thousands of dollars in your home and using that money to invest and build yourself some generational wealth. So if you're a homeowner and you've owned your home for at least 2 or 3 years, well, you're definitely not going to want to miss this video. Welcome back, it's Tom here from Homeowner Mortgages. Thanks again for tuning in. It's always a pleasure having you here. You know, we're almost at 100 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot to you probably, but for me, you know, we've grown quite a bit over the last couple of months. So hitting that 100 subscriber count is just absolutely mind-blowing for me. I'm happy that I've been able to help some of you just basically understand mortgages in general. And my overall goal for 2022 is to help the average person build generational wealth through investing in real estate. My goal isn't to try to teach people how to be, real estate investors and build a huge portfolio, but I just want to show the average person, the average homeowner, how to build generational wealth by just purchasing 1 or 2 investment properties. So that's what we're trying to do here in 2022. So if you can, please like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon because we're going to be pumping out these videos weekly now, and I'd love for you to see the next one. So over the past 2 to 3 years here in Canada, we've all seen the crazy appreciation numbers happening. It's obviously not normal, but we do have a lot of people just sitting on a lot of equity built up in their homes, doing nothing for them. So if you're unsure of what equity really means, just take the value of your home. So let's call it $1 million. Subtract the mortgage balance today. So let's say you have $500,000 left on your mortgage. Subtract that by the value, you're left with $500,000 of equity in your home. So now that we know what equity means, how much can we actually take out? So when we're talking about a straight up refinance, we can access up to 80% of the home value. So let's go back to that example of the home value of $1 million. Let's say we want to access up to 80% of it. So that's going to be an $800,000 mortgage. Well, you're going to subtract your current mortgage because you're going to have to pay that off for the refinance. So let's take that $500,000, subtract it on the $800,000. That leaves you with a net $300,000 that you can take out of your home tax-free. So this is of course just using an example. Your numbers are going to be fairly different if you own a home. So given that example, let's go into some of the options that we can do using that $300,000. Option number 1, buy an investment property. Looking at Ontario specifically, we have a 7% appreciation rate over the last 30 years. Now that number may not sound too impressive to you. However, if you take into account the amount of money that you're actually putting into the investment, let's call it a $500,000 property, you're going to be putting in $100,000 for that property. So the appreciation happening, that 7%, that's on the total property value. So you're getting 7% on that $500,000, not just the $100,000 that you put in for your investment. This is called leverage. You are leveraging the bank's money. That is why real estate is so powerful. And that's not even taking into account, the mortgage pay down, the depreciation of your mortgage, the cash flow that you're getting from your tenants. There's so many different things in play here when it comes to real estate investing. So that's why I have this as option number 1, invest in real estate. If you know real estate investing makes sense, but you just don't know where or how to get started, then definitely check out my webinar down below in the description. Option number 2, upgrade your home. So not only do you get to enjoy your dream kitchen, but you're actually forcing the value of your home as well, which is called forced appreciation. So this benefits you in both ways where you get to enjoy that dream kitchen and the value of your property is going up as well. Now this of course only works if you're doing the right renovations. So if you're unsure of what renovations add value to your home, definitely speak to your realtor as he or she would be able to guide you in that. Option number 3, buy a cottage or a secondary home. So not only can you buy the cottage of your dreams or have that second property for when you need to travel for work, whatever the reason is, you can actually do that with only 5% down. That's right, you do not need 20% down. You only need, at the bare minimum, 5% down. Now that's of course understanding that you can't just go and rent that out to someone. That's considered a rental property. However, if you're buying a cottage and you have that 5% down and you just want it as a cottage for your family, you can go right ahead and do that as long as you qualify. So buying a second home or a cottage benefits you in 2 ways. The first being, obviously, you're gonna enjoy it with you and your family, weekends in the summer, whatever it is. And secondly, you have a second appreciating asset that's appreciating over time. Invest in stocks, ETFs, or crypto. Now, I'm no expert here when it comes to cryptocurrency especially, so I just want to put that out there as a disclaimer. I am not pretending to be a Bitcoin expert. However, if you are smart with your investments, you've done your research, and you've taken your time to sort of figure out what you want to do with your investments, whether it be stocks, ETFs, or the crypto, well, then refinancing, taking that equity out of your home can definitely make sense. Let's just say that you're yielding an average return of 8% on your investments. Let's even call it 6%. That is a far greater return on your investments versus paying down your mortgage, which is probably going to be either sub 2% or 2 to 3%, whatever you have today. It's going to be lower than 6%. So you tell me, would you rather have your money sitting in your home, doing nothing, yielding a 0% return on it? Or would you rather yield a 6 to 8%? I know my answer. It's definitely take the money out and invest. However, it is not for everyone. I do understand that. So let me just finish by saying that, investing and taking out the money out of your home isn't for everyone. I totally get that. It has to suit your comfort level. So it's not going to work for everyone, but I'm just telling you what I would do with my money. And these are 3 great options that a lot of people are doing to get ahead and build that generational wealth. So that's it for today's video. I hope all these options kind of had your brain turning a little bit just to think about different options that you can do with that money. If you do want to do a deep dive on this and figure out what option may be best for you, we'll definitely book a call down below in the description. You'll have direct access to my calendar where you can pick a time that works for you, and we'll go over your options, figure out what's best for you, and how we can build that generational wealth. Okay, so I hope this video helped, and I'll see you guys on the next one.